Really excited about this upcoming game with Oregon State. A little odd starting Pac-12 so early in your schedule. Feel like without exhibitions and scrimmages, I feel like our first two games we had a couple good contests that normally be your two scrimmages or exhibitions. So kind of going into it head first. Excited about it though, and looks like Oregon State's different team and looked pretty good against Cal in their first game that I got to watch.
Colton with the first questions. Go ahead.
Hey, Coach, how are things?
Right.
Hey, so first, kind of on the offense, you talked about we don't really know yet what we are on offense. How long do you think that'll take to find out what you are, and eventually, what do you hope to become?
God, I hope soon. I hope to become a more efficient team. I do think we have good defensive talent, and I think we have good offensive talent, but we've tweaked some things. I expect it to take a while, and it's one thing to talk about it and discuss it and do it. It's another thing to go through it. But there's a little anxiety with our team. We're not settled yet, but hopefully we'll be a team that we can spread you out a little bit, create more opportunities to penetrate, get to the rim, and kick out. But right now we're just a little, we're just not comfortable yet. So
And defensively, are there some newcomers who maybe on extra film analysis stood out to you defensively or graded out really well, maybe better than expected in the first two games?
Well, there's one obvious one in FA who gives you rim protection. In addition, he's just really good in ball screen coverages. He can switch. He can kind of guard 1 through 5, and pretty unique talent. So that's why I say we have good defensive talent. In addition, Vova is a very good space eater and rim protector and helps on he takes up space. We usually rebound well in there. He's really impacted both games. And the reason he played late against Eastern Washington wasn't a function that he just thought it was a tough matchup. We won't see many teams like that. But in the end, I should have gone to him earlier because he really kind of made a difference. Plus, you got Noah a year older. Isaac's a good defender. Bamba's going to be a good defender. We have some guys that are DJ solid, Jazz are really good. So I think we have good defensive talent. We're going to keep. That's kind of our niche.
You played 11 both times. Do you want to get that down to 10 or 9? And if so, does that mean you chop a spot in the front court, or is it maybe one spot in the front court, one in the back court? Take some playing time away from the posts?
I think it'll be more a function of we're so young that you'll probably play a lot for a while. It's not really, it just kind of gets whittled down. I don't know how to explain it. It's not like you ever go in there as a coach, like, we're only playing 9, we're only playing 8. Some of it's foul situations, some of it's rotations. Some of it right now we're trying to sort out. And part of the problem, we had some injuries, Miles coming off injury, Tony going out. Again, that's an unsettling feeling too. So I'm uncertain, and then Tony's been out. So we got a lot of forwards. I know that for sure, that we got to kind of figure out who's going to get the majority of minutes there.
Is there a rough timeline yet for those 3 guys that were out last time?
I think Deshaun is close to being cleared. And then I'm not certain on the other 2.
Thank you very much.
Ryan Root, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, last time you guys played Oregon State was the infamous Clay game. How do you guys kind of stay grounded for this upcoming matchup as opposed to having such a historic matchup last year?
Yeah, I don't know what was infamous about it. That was a famous matchup. That was a great matchup. No, I know it's a totally different thing. We have no fans. We had a great crowd last time. They're a different team, too. I think they're in their post-Trace Tinkle era. Got a chance to see them. They've gone with an older route with transfers and junior college kids, and they're long, really big team and good defensively. They kind of look like they've been emphasis there. So it'll be a different game, different teams, obviously different atmosphere during COVID, and then so early in the conference season. I'm sure Coach Tinkle feels the same way. Like, it's just awkward. Usually have a nice non-conference to kind of shape your team and really get ready for conference. And we've had it probably short with COVID, starting late, no exhibitions. We'll trying to get to our rotation quicker, just the fact playing a league game. So they're just totally completely different vibe.
Without Kyler Kelly here for Oregon State, one of the nation's leading shot blockers from last season, how do you think FA is going to impact the Oregon State defense down low and maybe even on the outside with his shooting ability as of late?
You know, I just want them to be able to stay in the game, stay out of foul trouble, and concentrate on that. They're big bodies. I mean, we're maybe playing more forward this game, just because FA's still a thin, quick guy there, and he's still in the development stages. But he seems to get better each practice. Not shocked that he's stepped out, put some pressure on shooting the ball. That's kind of what makes him unique. He's the rare shot blocker, perimeter shooter. And he's good in the post too. He's good down there, get on the offensive boards. He's just so quick. He started to come on in practice there. So I would expect him to get to the foul line a lot. He hasn't done that yet. And of course, he only played 10 minutes last game. But I think that you'll see more. He's growing in confidence, and our guys are figuring it out. Just, he's good on the rolls, to throw it up there on his pick and roll stuff, but also just, get some catch in the low plot, he can face up and explode and draw fouls.
And we've seen a little bit more of Brandon Chatfield, obviously, this year, redshirt last year. Are you pleased so far with his performance? Do you think he might, make some considerable impacts for this team as the season goes on?
He's one of the best attitudes I've ever coached, and his embracing of getting better and like how much time you put in it. It's like what you want your program to be. Thought he was a little jittery last game and had a tough matchup going against an older guy. But I just know he's there. He's a guy you can count on, and he's going to only get better. He's physical. He's tough. He'll give you his heart, and that's all you can ask for as a coach.
And lastly, with all the freshmen kind of playing their part these past two games, do you see any fluctuations with the starting lineup, maybe putting another freshman in that starting five? Or
yeah, we're tinkering around with it or nothing. We still got another practice thinking about breaking it. We got to a slow start, obviously, but not certain what we're going to do. But we'll see. I mean, I think I would love to be the coach who just rolls out the same five all season long, but I don't think that's going to be us. Is that we're still trying to find our footing. What's the best group? And the older guys are having advantage, and some of these younger guys are coming on. So it's good.
Great.
Brady
Thank you, Coach.
Barrett, go ahead.
Good morning, Coach. How is the preparation different for a Pac-12 game versus a non-conference game? Has there been a higher level of intensity this week?
Yeah, that's why you kind of come here. I would think we're going to play against the best, and this is the best conference west of Mississippi. We had 10 draft picks last year out of this league, and being able to, it's just kind of like do it. And so there's definitely got their attention and their familiarity. Miles and Isaac from Portland, so they grew up right in the backyard there in the Noah, being Northwest guy, Tony. There's definitely just know more about them, and it's Pac-12. It's pretty exciting.
And so with less time than usual to prepare to get into conference play, what does this week kind of look like?
It's a Wednesday game, so it's just we had a hard practice yesterday trying to prepare, covered a little bit of their stuff. Today will be short but crisp, hopefully. And then we're just playing. So it's this time of year you'd like to put more time into just practicing, to be honest. But it's kind of in betweener. We played Saturday, 2 days to prep. We'll see how it goes. I don't, like I said, it's unique. I never coached a conference game this early. So treat it more like it's January or February, but we may not be. It might be a little too advanced for what this group is to play some new freshmen off.
And lastly, with one of the younger rosters out there right now, are you seeing pretty good leadership from your 4 upperclassmen?
Absolutely. This group, I'd say, we give our team a lot of feedback every game. I know everyone thinks all numbers and analytics, but that's not really coaching. I mean, it's really about your leadership, your program, and they've done a great job. Our team attitude is very good. Like we got down 16-3 against a good Eastern Washington team, and early in the season, it'd be easy to have guys that point fingers, blame this and that. It would be understandable, like nipping at each other, but we just stayed the course. Leadership was good. Really, Isaac did a great job, and he didn't shoot the ball well, but he was just talking right the whole time. Like and he knew that we had to play really well to win that game, and we just stayed at it, and we just persevered. And I think that's a good statement for us. And as far as our character of our team is good, we're just gonna have to keep growing together and get comfortable and keep working at it.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Jamie Bennett, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. It seemed like last year when you would playing Oregon State, the main scout was Trace Tinkle. This year, he's not there. Does it almost make them a little tougher to scout just because they don't necessarily have that one go-to 30% possession type guy?
Yeah, it's harder to scout, yet it was harder to beat them. I would say. I don't know. We haven't played them yet. Where it's coming from. But Tinkle is so good. I thought we did a good job on him. I think he had 24 or something. So, and then they have a really dynamic. I can't say his last name, but the transfer from Nichols. We looked at him a little bit too, and thought we'd have to sit to do the transfer, but now with all the COVID and they got him eligible. I'm like, oh, darn it. But he had a really good game against Cal. I saw him. He's a good player. So they're a little different. He's a different player than Trace, and they added Kalu, the Chase transfer, I think, start off at Oklahoma State. So the scouts a little different. They're new. I'm sure they feel the same way. That obviously they know what they got in Thompson, who's an all-league caliber player that's old. I think he's a senior now. I hope, which means he has another year if he wants it. I forgot, but they're gonna be more challenging to scout. But like they were just Tinkle, that's such a veteran and knows what he's doing. So Wiley. Hopefully we can disrupt them a little bit.
It's been the first two games have been shots just haven't been really falling for Isaac. Good look, just won't go down. Oregon State last year was his best game of the season. Do you think that might give him a little spark, like a little sense of familiarity with a team that he knows that he can really, really excel against?
I hope so, but I'm just trying to keep things simpler. I think Isaac's going through the transition of being the marked man. We had CJ. He's going from Robin to Batman, which is a process, and he'll be good. He did. You know what? He was like this last year, and I just think he wants it bad, and we want it bad too. So he's gonna figure things out, and hopefully he'll have good confidence against them. And he rose to the occasion last year, so we feel good.
And then do you hope to have Tony back Wednesday or still uncertain on that?
I think it's uncertain and probably doubtful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
Anyone else with questions? You do? Well, Theo, go ahead.
Hey, Kyle, would you like to see the Pac-12 kind of keep this format of playing a few conference games in December during kind of a normal year? Or do you prefer to play just strictly non-conference games before Pac-12 playing in January, I guess?
Well, I'll let you know how we do. They'll determine, but I mean, I think most of the Power 5 conferences are leaning towards more conference games rather than less. So we better get used to it. It could be, possibility 20, could go to 22 eventually. Don't know. So, just get ready for it. And I think hopefully this year's big for us. Like I said, we're so young and be able to retain this group of guys and keep getting better. Then hopefully I think by next year our program should be really mature. And then you have a group of guys that will be ready in early December to compete for league games. You're hopefully incorporating 1 or 2 new faces instead of 7. Like 7 last year, 7 this year. And as a coach, I'd like to get it down to a manageable number.
Did you get a chance to watch that USF Virginia game on Friday at all?
I did. That was pretty neat. We're really happy for those guys. That's to beat Coach Wooden. Tony Bennett's like Coach Wooden to me. So really happy for Todd and those group of guys that really played well.
Thank you.
Colton, you got another question? Go ahead.
Thank you. So you said Deshaun's kind of close, a little bit closer to being clear. when he is cleared, do you think maybe an immediate plug-in type guy, or will Chatfield maybe be out there? Or that maybe be between those
Hard
two
to
guys?
say. I think we got really good young post players. And that's what I said, like we've been working a little bit on playing bigger. Just didn't know going into the year what we'd have. And Deshaun missed a lot of time for a number of things, which has been really, he's handled it well. It's been frustrating for us, but he's probably our best low post scorer. So depending on the matchup, depending on what we need, but he's still got, his conditioning is going to be off. I don't think if he gets in there, it'd be hard to see extended minutes, and just because of lack of prep time. But we think he's going to be a good player, and I just don't want to roll out another freshman. There'll be 4 of them that are playing. I think we'll have 3 there in the mix. That's a good number, and he'd be number 4, but he's more than capable.